What is up, guys? It's that GTA fan 720 with another video, and I decided that I'm going to make a video about cases. So, now, I've been making a couple videos about phones. I've been doing reviews about phones. In fact, there's one that's going up tomorrow, and there's a hint of it dropped in this video. So, anyway, guys, I'm doing reviews on all these phone cases because these are all phone cases that I own that I really enjoy. And here's something that they all have in common. They're clear. Now, a lot of you guys, you might go to Amazon, you might go to one of these other online stores, or you go to a phone stop, you go to your Verizon, your AT&T, wherever, and they want to sell you a cheap, $5 transparent case that's going to turn yellow and look like crap after just about like a couple weeks of using it. So, what if you want clear protection so you can show off your phone, and you can show your phone, or if you want to put a picture in your case, or do whatever, but you don't want it to turn yellow? Here are several great options for you, depending on how much protection and how much style you want, and how much you're looking to spend on this is basically a list of my top 5 clear phone cases. Now, the first one, most of these are going to be for pretty much any phone you look at. Now, I'm showing most of these on Galaxy Notes, so you have that, but most of these you're going to be able to get on your iPhones, your Galaxies, pretty much. I'll drop links for all these cases in the description. Prices do fluctuate since these aren't for the newest phones, and pricing really depends. But either way, the links are in the description if you want to know the prices on all these cases. But I will tell you how much I paid personally for these cases. So the first one, this is an Incipio Octane. Now, what this basically is, it's a clear case, but it has a finish to it. Now, the rest of these are 100% clear. But this is one of the ones where it's got a kind of frost aspect to it. So it's not 100% transparent, but it's also not going to be getting covered in fingerprints. It's not going to be getting all greasy. And it's especially, most importantly, it's not going to turn yellow. Now, all of these cases, even though I'm showing them in the packaging, all of these cases I have used personally for an extended period of time. It's just a matter of I kept the boxes because I wanted to keep the boxes. This one, I've been using on my phone for a total of about like a week. So this one still turns out pretty well. I scored this one on Amazon for about $4 or $5. So that's obviously a pretty good thing. So here's the case. Now you basically got all your dummy stuff. So you got a little plastic insert. So throw that to the side. You got your fake dummy phone. Pull that out. Throw that aside. Now here's the case. And like I said, it's got that kind of finish to it. And remember, all these cases, no matter what, whether you got a Galaxy phone or whether you got an iPhone, you're going to be covered. Galaxy, iPhone, covered. Now, there's going to be some cases where they're not going to be available for certain things, like if you got a Nexus or if you got, like Bob's random phone that he made. You might not be able to get all these cases. But for a fact, iPhones, Galaxies, you'll be able to get all these cases. With one exception that we will explain later. So let's grab the Note, slap it in. Now I got a gold Note 5 here, and here it is. Now this is obviously the shiniest example, but you can still see the branding. You can still see where it says Galaxy Note 5. You got a little bit of Incipio branding, and overall, it's pretty good. Now you do have a raised lip on the top, so you can drop this phone face down for the most part. Now, this isn't the most protective case. However, according to the box, it is a drop test scale. So it doesn't give us a specific number, but it does say that it has good shock absorption. I don't know. I've yet to drop my phone in this case, so we'll have to wait and see. But from what I'm seeing so far, it seems to be pretty protective. So that's basically it. Now, of course, you got a cutout for your camera and everything. On the bottom, you got your headphone jack, your micro USB, speakers, and of course, if you got a Note, then you got access to the S Pen. No problems. Although I will say that this one, the S Pen, is probably the hardest to get to out of all these cases, but that's also good because that means that that corner of your phone is protected. So that's basically it. If you want a frost type of material, then go with the Incipio Octane. Now I will say, it seems like this one in particular does seem a little bit flimsy. However, it is very scratch resistant. I have not had a single scratch on this, and like I said, I've used it for a while. And you know how I do. I throw my phone down, obviously like moving it around on the back, so the case could easily get scratched. But in this case, it didn't. Alright, move all that stuff aside. Okay, what do we have next? Well, next we have the Poetic Affinity. Now, this is a really nice case. This one will run you about $10, and that's brand new. Now, this one doesn't come in a fancy box, but it doesn't need it. Okay, it just gives you the bare essentials, what you ordered, the case. Now, this one, it's like a UAG style case, but this is for the people who want a UAG case, but they don't like that industrial look. This has pretty much the exact same design, but it's a little bit classier. We got some Affinity and Poetic branding on the side, and of course we have all your cutouts, and it's available in a couple different colors. You got clear, blue, black, and pink. I got the blue. It is what it is. Now, one thing I will say is that this case, because it's a bit cheaper, it's not the best at resisting scratches. Obviously, it's going to get smudged, but this one is completely clear. So if you drop your phone into it, you'll see that if you got a gold or a silver, whatever phone you got, or if you got a Note 8, you got that black one, then this thing is going to shine like crazy. Now, of course, this is a clear case, but because the edges, which are the most important part, aren't solid, or since they are solid, you're not going to worry about it turning yellow. If you buy the one that's 100% clear, you might have to worry about the sides turning yellow, but the sides are frosted, just like on the Incipio case, so they should be at least resistant. But I would not get the clear version if I were you. I would only get one of the ones that has the colored sides, like the blue or the black. Now, me personally, I went with the blue because it looks nice on my black Sapphire Note 5, and it does look a little bit tacky on this gold one, but it is what it is. Now, of course, this one got access to your headphone jack. I will say that the micro USB port in this one is a little bit tight, but if you're using stock cables, you'll be fine. And of course, you got a very big cutout for your S Pen, so that will be no problem. Now, this is one where you can basically from the back get to your S Pen no problem, whereas it's a little bit more difficult on the Incipio. And I have dropped my phone in this case a couple times, well, actually just once. And it dropped on this corner, I believe. It was one of these two corners. I mean, it was this corner. I can tell because there's a scuff right there. So it dropped on this corner, and of course my phone was fine. And I also dropped it once in Walmart onto one of the shelves, so I have faith in this case. It's not going to be as protective as the UAG, but for day-to-day stuff, it'll get you plenty close. Alright, now let's move on. Now, some people might want to go with official protection from the company that they bought their phone from. So here's the next one. The Samsung Protective Cover Clear Edition. Now this one's for the Note 5 again. Most of these are for the Note 5, except for the one I'm going to mention later. But this is an official Samsung case. So basically, let's pop this out. Now this one is very minimalistic, not too much protection, but it's good for if you want to show off your phone. We got a little insignia down there, designed by Samsung. If it'll focus on that. Come on, Note 5, you don't want to focus on your own case? Yeah, whatever. So, it's got a little texture pattern on the inside to resist smudges, but it's still going to get them. And the back is really slippery. So these other cases were a little bit grippier. This one is very slippery. So this one isn't going to be the best if you want your phone to be grippier, but it will still do you just fine. So it's very easy to slap on. Now, this is the one with the silver sides. They do have ones with gold sides and one with blue sides, I believe, but I ordered the silver one. And I'm honestly not sure that there is variation, but if there is, that's not what this is. And I ordered silver on Amazon, but this says clear, so I'm not really sure what that means. I'm assuming that since most of the notes have silver trim anyway, then that's what that is, and this is just simply a clear cover. And maybe this case does yellow, but I've seen zero signs of it, and I use this on my phone for quite a long time. And I've yet to drop my phone in this case, but I know if I did drop it, I don't think these corners would stay on very well. But it will protect your corners, so if you do have a very mild drop, and of course, these corners are actually raised up above the display, so if you drop it on a flat surface, you probably would be fine. I will say that these parts pop off very easily, so I wouldn't trust this in a face-down drop. Especially considering that there's no mention of any type of military standard anywhere on the case. But this is more to keep the back of your phone from getting scratched than actually protecting your phone from drops. Although if you do drop it straight on the back, having pretty much anything on the back of the note will pretty much prevent the back from cracking, but I still wouldn't trust it. So this is basically the one if you don't care about protection and you want something good. Now, of course, obviously this one is exclusive to Samsung, but Other companies do make cases, and a lot of other companies do make first-party cases that are very similar, so you might have to do some shopping around for your specific phone model. But for a Galaxy phone, then this is definitely a good bet. Alright, so that was number 3. Let's go to number 4, and this is the heavy hitter right here. Okay, so this is the one that's my favorite. This is the one that's been beaten up the most, that's been used day to day for about 9 months, and I already took it out of the box because I don't want to waste your time. It's the UAG. You all know how much I love UAG cases. I have a lot of different UAG cases. You know, I have 2 on the shelf over there. I have a blue one and a white one, and then my dad has an orange one on his Note, and I'm basically going to be getting the whole lineup for the Note 5. So, this one has seen some wear and tear. I will tell you guys that. One of the screws is missing, and some of the rubber is starting to come off a little bit, as you can see, and obviously this one's covered in scratches, although I will say the newer UAG cases are a lot more scratch resistant. This one does not advertise scratch resistance, but this is the best for protection, hands down, out of any of these cases. This one has survived 50-foot falls multiple times. Just look up Everything Apple Pro iPhone drop test. He's dropped several different iPhones in UAG cases, and they all turned out great. There's also a video by Technomobi where he dropped a UAG case, again, off of a very tall building, completely fine. And in many cases, the screen actually landed face down. So, and that's because this is like the fattest lip, the fattest razivity that I've ever seen on one of these types of cases. This is the best for dropping your phone face down or making sure that your screen doesn't get scratched. I still use a screen protector on my phone, but either way, this is the best if you want protection, hands down. Now, the Poetic Affinity will get you pretty close, and this one's the most expensive out of the lineup. If you want to get one of these brand new, like for the Note 8, because the Note 8 is just out, these will cost you like 30 to 40 bucks. But if you get one for a more legacy device like the Note 5, you can catch these brand new for about 10 to 15, depending on the deal and depending on the day. But you can get pretty good deals on these, and these are just simply the best. Now, you can tell, this looks like a rugged case. So even though this is clear, you can tell you're not messing around. You mean business. You know, this looks like the kind of case that you would wear, basically, if you're a person who throws your phone around a lot. And that's the truth. Now, you do have access to your headphone jack. You got a big port for your micro USB, so any cable will work with this, even the OTG adapter. This is one of the few cases I've seen that still works perfectly with Samsung's OTG adapter, and that's the whole thing that lets you plug a USB into here, USB-A. It's one of the few cases that works with, which I definitely applaud. Now, of course, you got to cut out, for all of your stuff, glare-free flash. It goes up very close, but it does not construct the flash of your videos. I've recorded multiple videos with this case on my phone as well. And of course, you do have your headphone jack and your S Pen, which again is very easy to deploy. Although I will say, the way this case is designed, UAG cases are designed to essentially always land on their sides whenever possible. Now, this is great. The only problem is that with the Note, this pretty much always means that your S Pen is going to catapult out of your phone, and as a result, there have been a couple times where I've dropped my phone and the S Pen has literally snapped in half because the pen pops out and then the phone lands on the pen at a weird angle and completely breaks it. And unfortunately, this is what happened to my dad's Note, which means his S Pen is stuck inside his phone. Unfortunately. But, let's be honest, I would rather have a broken $20 to $30 pen than have a busted $200 to $300 to repair screen. So, it is what it is. Take it or leave it. And of course, if you don't have a Note, then that's literally zero concern for you. So, that's basically that. Alright. So we got that all out of the way. So we got this case, Incipio, the Samsung, and the Poetic. Now, what are we missing here? There's one last case. Sorry about the pause, guys. I had to take a phone call. So, what is that last case? Where's the suspense going? Well, this is easily my favorite case out of all of them. But the biggest problem is that they don't make one for the Galaxy Note 5. So, what am I talking about? Well, here it is. This is the Griffin Survivor Clear Rugged Case. This one is 4 feet, 1.2 meters drop tested, and I've proved that myself. I've dropped this a couple times. Now, comment if you guys want an official Note 7 drop test before I send it in. So, this is obviously for your Samsung Galaxy Note 7. Now, they do still sell this. This is one of the few cases you can still buy for your Note 7 or your Galaxy Note FE, and I will link that in the description to their website. Now, they normally go for $25. I scored this one at Walmart on clearance for about $11. And for that price, even for $25, this case is awesome. Now, this has completely clear back, but it has rubber on the inside, so the back is elevated. It also has a very good lip around the screen to protect it. It also has plenty of cutouts, and of course the packaging is pretty cheesy, but you have a dent-reflecting, see-through back protection, which is true. This case is not dented or scuffed or scratched. I've dropped it on concrete many times. This thing has been a complete beast. 4H hardness rated scratch-resistant back. And again, that's true. 0 scratches on this thing after multiple drops. Impact dispersion system absorbs edge impacts. Again, that's true. It doesn't need all the fancy, bumped up sides like the UAG. It's just all flat, it's all sleek, and it just works. Okay, so let's open this case up. This is the best one here. And yes, I love UAG, and unfortunately, because of the fact that I have a Note 5, and that's still my main phone, my Galaxy Note 7 is unfortunately out of commission. However, I will say that if they made one for the Note 5, I didn't care. I don't care if this thing was $20, if this thing was $30. Still, I'd pretty much buy it. So here it is. No scratches. Obviously, you're gonna get some fingerprints. Okay, let's try the shirt wipe down. Look at that. No scratches, no scuffs. It's got smoke on the side, a little bit of Survivor branding, but the back is completely clear, but it's got the smoke sides. So no yellowing anywhere on this case. And again, rocked this case for quite a while, 0 yellow. Alright, so let's slap the Note in, and let's see how this goes. Okay, let me shine this up one last time. Now, I know. Flossie Carter, I'm ripping on him. But you know what? This is just the best way that I could think of to do this video. So, I mean, the way he does it, it just plain works. And this one is the most special one. Now, the UAG, you can get away with not shining up the UAG or the Poetic because those are more rugged. So, if they're not as flashy, that's fine. But look at this. Oh, okay, still got some fingerprints. Look at that. That is absolutely beautiful. See, this is what I call, this is an amazing case. And I'm not paid by Griffin, I'm not paid by any of these companies. I don't give a crap. All I know is that I bought these cases with my own money, and if I like a product, I'm going to recommend it. And that's why I'm so disappointed. You can see my reflection. Hey guys, that's why I'm so disappointed that Griffin does not make a version for the Note 5. And I called them up. I thought this was a glitch on their website because it wasn't showing Note 5 for any cases. They weren't making any Note 5 cases. And I called them up and they said, well, we have Note 3, Note 4, and Note 7. No Note 5. And I was like, you guys are still selling Note 7 cases, but you don't have Note 5? That's blasphemy. They have S6 Edge Plus, they have Note 7, they don't have Note 5. So that's unfortunate. But if you got your Note 7, or if you have another phone, I'm assuming they'd have one for the Note 8. Again, like, these are only links for the ones that I'm using. And depending on your phone, you can do your own research as opposed to what phone you got. But this is for the Note 5, and unfortunately they don't make one for the Note 5. So in this case, again, pun intended, this one is for the Note 7. So anyway, guys, that's basically all. So we got the Griffin Clear Survivor, we got the UAG, we got the Samsung Official Clear Rugged Case, we got the Incipio Octane, and the Poetic Affinity. Now, all of these cases are amazing. And I've probably spent a short chunk of change for all of these. UAG was the most, was 15. I paid 10 for the Poetic. I believe 5 for the Samsung, 5 for the Incipio, and then 11 for the Griffin. So it's about 10. So that's, let's see, 25, 30. So I've spent $40 for all 5 of these cases. All 5 of these cases, I've spent $40. So this is definitely my top 5 cases for any of your phones. If you want clear cases with good protection, this is your best bet. Anyway, guys, leave your thoughts in the comments below. This is that GTA Fan 720 signing out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any suggestions for other videos involving these cases or these phones, please drop them in the comments below. And I will definitely see you guys in the next video. Peace.